Good evening to these amazing, beautiful people who has joined this program tonight. This is the third edition of our Igbo Affair, the Zoom edition. All right, I will take the pleasure, I'll have the pleasure, the privilege actually to introduce the guests and also introduce where you all are speaking from. Okay, first of all, I will introduce myself. My name is Chukwuemeka Stanley Ndokaku. I'm a native of Mbieri in the local government area of Imo State. And by the special grace of God, I am the anchor man for the program Unify Igbos under the platform of Namen TV. All right, I'll be making this introduction. I'll be starting with my amiable chief, Chief Ukebu. Chief Ukebu is actually a resident of Maryland, but a native of Ibere in Abia State, in Bende, local government, Abia State. That is Chief Ukebu. And I have Mr. Chinuji. Mr. Chinuji is an Ekbeye from Ahuda East local government. Am I right with that? Ahuda East, right?
Yes, you are right.
Okay.
Yes.
Right. Okay, and I have the pleasure of also welcoming to the show, to the program, Mr. Cliff Azubike Chejine. Mr. Cliff Azubike Chejine happens to come from Kwale in Ndokwa West.
Yes.
Ndokwa West,
yeah.
Local government area of Delta State. And I have the pleasure of welcoming the very OJ Ehiogu Sylvester, who is a native of Ibanke in Ohiomion. If I don't want to make silly pronunciations, but then Ohiomion, local government area of Edo State, the Ibanke, which we have a very firm belief that they are Igbos too. Okay, I make welcome these amazing people to the third edition of our Igbo Affairs, the Unify Igbos, the third edition, the Zoom, the third program we're hosting on Zoom network. All right, I welcome you all, and thank you for joining the show tonight. I'll go straight because we have no time. I'll go straight with our two topics today, which I will be moderating from here. And you, my honorable guests, will make contribution based on your own independent opinions and a possible way to unify Igbo. All right. Are you all with me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. We have number one here: how to create awareness for the Unify Igbos Now project in the South-South region. How are we going to unify the Igbos in the South-South region? How possible can this be, and how can we start? Starting with you. You are from Ekbeye, Mr. Chinuji Ogbu. What do you have to say about this, please?
Concerning the unification, for I will say years past, many people actually don't really know if there is kind of indigenous Igbo speaking people in the River State. I want to use River State now. So even while I was growing up, okay, so I didn't really know that there is kind of a relationship between me and the other Igbos. So it was when I left my should I call it comfort zone, I got to know that yes, there is something linking me to these people, because then what I know is that these people, they are Igbos, and we too, we are not. We normally know a particular people as Isoma. we call the Minisoma. So
Okay.
concerning the unification, it will be fine for the larger Igbos because we have some organizations that are being set up to unify Igbo, the Igbo nation. So it will be fine for these organizations that have been set up to unify the Igbos to go to these places to, should I say, sensitize them, letting them know that, yes, we are all Igbos. And one thing I want them to have in mind why going to these places is this. They should let them know that Igbo is made up of different tribes. Igbo is made up of different tribes and different dialects. So letting them know that Igbo is made up of different tribes, we kind of want to like, okay, they will want to know the tribes that made up the Igbos and try to let them know of the dialects, because some of us in that area do not know that Igbo speak in different dialects. Okay, so letting them know that Igbo speak in different dialects, we also kind of help them to see the connection between them and other Igbos, and also trying to unify the Igbos, the Ekpe people. We want to use the Anyomas, because the Anyomas will help in unifying or drawing the Ekpe people closer to the larger Igbo. Why do I say so? The history says that Ekpe migrated from the old Empire of Benin, and the person that their history stated that he migrated with others, his name is Akalanka. His name is Akalanka, that is his father of Ekpe, and that he came, he migrated down with his brother known as Ochiche. That's why if you go to the Ikure Aziz, you will hear of Ochiche.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah, you hear of Ochiche. So all these names are Igbo names. Okay, I could remember when I asked my dad, please, what's the meaning of Akalanka? And he said, it's destiny or talent. Okay, so on my own, I've tried to do some research how the Ekpe and the larger Igbo related, and I've seen that even from all the write-ups concerning Ekpe, some trying to prove that Ekpe are not connected to the Igbos or are not Igbos. All the write-ups, I've read them, and I've seen that they all also are pointing that Ekpe is Igbo. Because there is some things they write there that you can't take it from the Ekpe people, and it really points that, yes, Ekpe is Igbo. That's why when that name the other man gave the other day, Chime is indigenously Ekpe name. So, and I have a lot of them, and we cannot deny it. Okay, so, and we have a lot of similarities with other Igbos. There are some things we call, and the same in Enugu. I remember working with an Enugu person from Enugu, the Enugu city, and I was speaking my Ekpe, and he was like, some of the things you mentioned, that is exactly the way we speak it in my own side. Okay, like when some people feel that, okay, the Obi is general, the Igbo use Obi as heart. In Ekpe we use Obu, and
Obu.
Yes, Obu. So, and this man, he said that is same way they speak, they call heart Obu instead of Obi in their own Aziz also, and many more. So, just as I've said, trying to bring the Ekpe people to the larger Igbo, we want to use the Anyoma brothers. They will help, because it seems that the Ekpe people migrated out of them.
Okay.
let me put it that way. He migrated out of them to this as it. So that is what
okay. Gentlemen,
okay, my chief.
Let me just chime in a little bit. Let's just be mindful of the particular question. We can come to the history.
Okay.
We can come to the history so that all the gentlemen here will just focus, and then we'll come to history, and then we'll come to terminology and all those things, so that the next gentleman will give his perspective on the key question. So now, man, can you repeat the question so that the other gentleman will have this thing?
All right. Okay, over to you, Mr. Cliff. Mr. Cliff, we still have the first question, which is how to create awareness for the Unified Igbos Now project in the South region.
Okay, thank you very much. As you can hear from the promoter of this program, my name is Azubike Cliff Chegine from Ndokwa local government, Kwale, precisely, Otagbogwe. So I thank you for bringing me to this program. We will definitely have to go to the root cause of our issues or concern or problem, so that we can sort it out there to be able to bring a new genophone that will understand our true history. I can hear from the gentleman now talking of Igbo. There is something we must know first. There is mistake in the information about who we are, which make most of us start using some a kind of nicknames, and it has become a kind of tradition and culture within us, whereas it's nickname. Something like the IGBO. The IGBO is not something that we came up as a name of a group of people or tribe. We don't have tribe. What we have is clans. Tribe is being created by the Greek and the Portuguese when they came, and that is how they put the IGBO as well, because what we have is Bo, GBO. If you go to the book of what they call it, Ashigidi, where we cast out all alphabetic order, which we use in our different places now in our local government, you will start to understand that we are all one. Because when you speak Ekpe, you speak Abo, you speak everything, we are using the same alphabetic order. 4 days market, Eke Odi Afo Unkwo. This is the 4 cardinal point as well: east, west, north, south. Many people don't know. We have everything. We have philosophy, every kind of philosophy, every kind of educational system in our language. But this manuscript was stolen away. That is, the matrix itself was stolen away, taken to Russia mainly. But not Russia taking it. It was the Greek that stole it. Then the Russia, when robbing the Greek along the way, they took all those things. So most of our information are stuck in Russia. And beside that, when you come back to who we are, how to unite us, let's go back to the alphabetic order to know who we are first. When we analyze who we are, then you find out that the barriers being created by the government, being created by fake history, fake information, will be removed automatically. Because anybody that speaks Bia tells you that you are already a brother. Bia, just Bia, come. We speak Bia. A lot of people don't understand that. Once you can speak language together, that means you have attained a kind of a level of civilization, because a language that can name everything in their own tongue, you can imagine. That's who we are. Then along this language, you have a kind of fragment of dialects attached to it, but we are just from one tree. All. I don't want to go into the history, how we separated, how it goes, but everybody you see in that region, everybody, we are all one, both Igala, all, but not like Igbo. We are Igbo people, we are ancient people, ancient, the most ancient to the face of the planet, the most ancient to the face of the planet. Civilization started from where you are now, Nigeria, not Egypt. No. West Africa. Nigeria mainly, precisely. That's where civilization started from. But the secret will come out in future. That's why Donald Trump made that statement last 2 years, that Nigeria is the most beautiful place in the world. It's not because you have infrastructure or good road or light, but because he knows the history. That's the source of every humanity. You see, so we are a big family, speaking in different tongues, travel. The Igbos are the people who made Japan, but we are not Igbo, we are the ancient. The Igbo, if you go to Japan, the name of their god is Chi. You go to China, the name of their god is Chi, C-H-I, Chi. The Chinese people, they are from Nigeria, Ibiron tribe, Kaduna. That's where they come from. Go to the history, is there. That's why you see most of their language is connected to Igbo. Yeah, Japanese man is Chijoke. Name, Chijoke. Go online, you see all these things. Chijoke is our name. C-H-I. Our name, language Igbo, is a scientific language. When you want to make the formula of water, energy, you go for through CH. You don't know all this. It's your language. Everything is stuck in there. Everything is stuck in there. Every endeavor, every knowledge of humanity is stuck in your language and taken to create other language. Today you hate Hausa man, but it's your brother. Because Hausa as a name is Igbo. Hausa. But you people don't know. The British man confused everybody and everybody is fighting each other. They are taking away the oil and the resources. That's what they need so that they can live better. But you stay in confusion from year to year, killing each other and nobody knows. Then if you come to Eka people, they say Eka. This Eka people, they put the I too. The Aka people, the most ancient too. You can hear the Kaduna, Kano. These are all Eka civilization together during the Nok era. During the Nok era. If you go to Kaduna, you see the Millennium City, Millennium Village, terracotta era. They don't have terracotta there. They bring it from our place and stock there. That was the kind of zenith, first place we could call Egypt, demonstration of who we are. Then we've got pyramid from Nsugbe. The first pyramid ever built in face of the planet is from Nsugbe. The mud pyramid. No pyramid has ever built. So the first thing to unite us is to let our people go back to our alphabetic order and start studying our language. Language. Our language. We have to throw away everything in English. Everything, because English is a deceptive language. People don't know. It's a deceptive language. Our language is more pure and more natural. Connect to our DNA, our genetic predisposition. Our language is there. Everything is stuck there. So when we go back to our alphabetic order, study our language, then you see peace. Because then I can speak, if a man will hear, Abo man will hear, and you start seeing that, okay, I know super for no, on one name kobo. You see? Then more education will start coming from the traditional home on our culture, because people look at culture to be evil something. No. When they say Ikenga. Ikenga is one of the strongest military defense in the world. Yes, strongest military defense in the world. Ekukumeku you hear, it's just today you are hearing an atomic weapon, atomic bomb, war. It's the same Ekukumeku. We defeated them, we created all these things. We have a lot, everything is in us, in that language. But because we are being deprived of this connection of language, so you are my enemy, I'm your enemy. You can see somebody from Bombay say, then we have a born Okwane. You have what do you call it? Okozo in Newi. We have Okozo in Obiaroko.
Yes.
Yes, Onitsha in our place. Yes, of course. Then Ibuku. Then we have Ibuku in near Saka. Uguta in Imo State. You have the same Uguta near Abode. You see, so you find out that there was home and people left. But this is an old ancient history. Not until we go back to our language, start studying our culture, which is the source of education and real education, because that education teaches you who you are. It gives you self-knowledge. It's not about artificial intelligence. Just like you see professors today now, I can be talking from now till next year, no professor has anything to contribute because they don't know it. They were taught of artificial intelligence. So the only route to connect us back is our language alphabetic order. We start going back to our language now. now.
Thank you.
Very important.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Cliff. I mean, this is depth. I mean, like, I can't even begin to phantom. All right, but because of our time, hello, Mr. OJ. Hey, yo.
You're welcome. Thank you very much. Good evening.
All right.
To everyone.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. OJ.
Yeah. My name is OJ Huogun Sylvester Igbanke in Igbonto, precisely. Yeah, I believe that we are all one, connecting to our language and our alphabetical order, according to my brother, Mr. Clay. You know, although we don't know all those things. So, and a lot of things was hidden from us. And going back to the traditionally, and our traditionally setting in our different villages, our communities. So we are one. And mostly that language that we used to communicate to our children, Bia, B-I-A, you know, it make us to be one connected. And even in the Nigeria we have today, we are the only people that have that Bia as Bianwam, and that Nwa, N-E-W-A, you know, whether you put it N at the end, you remember, you know. So, and we are the only one that use that word Nwa in that Nigeria. We use it Anomo. Before, I know in Igbanke, I don't know whether it's during the war or the things begin to change. The Omo, it is used to, you can, like my father cannot call me now without putting that Omo or Nwam, you know. So it shows that, and from where that Igbonto, where I came from, in Igbanke, we have Ngbidi. And Ngbidi is in Imo State when I begin to make research. And that Ngbidi, I believe that is the one that give birth to Okwe. And like me, I'm from Umuokwe. I'm Nwokwe, Ngbidi. So we have Idumigwe, we have Obi Ogbe, and just like that. And in that Igbanke, we speak the same language, the Igbonto, Ake, Idumiru, Obiogba, Ota, and Olije. We speak one. And if you go to our neighboring community, which is Mbiri, we still speak the same, but
what do you call that? Sorry. You said what do you call that? Mbiri.
Mbiri. See?
Mbiri.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Go ahead.
Yeah. If you have Mbiri, you have Imunede. They are brothers. Imunede, Mbiri, and Imunede. And you have Agbo. You know, so just like that to be going. So we speak the same, but when voice begin to change, you know, intonation, it depends, like how we call it, is an intonation. So that is what I see there. But I believe we are one Igbo, because that Igbo, before you spell that Igbanke or Igbonto, my own village, you know, you must spell that Igbo, you know, too. So before you put any word there. So I thank everyone.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. All right, Chief. Hello, my Chief. Please, I would want you to come in, and you've heard from our brother Mazi Chinuji. You've heard from Mazi Cliff, and also heard from our brother OJ. You've heard all they have put in down here, the rich information they have really given to us. So please, what do you have to say about this?
Okay, I'm so happy I'm so excited.
I can see
for
that.
so many reasons. One of the reasons is that we are beginning to understand that we are brothers, that we are siblings, that we are family. Whether you call it a tribe, or whether you call it clan, or whether you call it a Z, or a Z is compound, or whether you call it Ama or Omo, that we are the same. Omo, children, Nwa,
yes.
Kai,
Ebo, family.
Ebo,
yeah.
Ebo,
So
yes.
now, the gentleman Chinuji mentioned something, but he said Obu. Most of you here may not know my native community. You may probably heard of it, but you may not know. My native of Ibere, Ebiri, Okomoko. Ibere, I want you to hear these three words. Ibere, Ebiri, Okomoko. And there is a Komoko in the present River State. Meanwhile, Ibere, Ebiri, Okomoko, the one where I was born, is also in Abia State, Bende local government precisely. I don't know if I'm making sense.
You are.
So the point is, it is no longer debatable whether we are one people. That debate is over. Now, the thing now is, what do we do going forward? Because we are being taken undue advantage of, especially in the present country called Nigeria. We are being taken undue advantage of, because somebody has in the past figured out that, politically speaking, the person is going to benefit by divide and rule. The more you separate people, the same people, the more advantageous they are going to be. So somebody has already figured that out. And that's why they are trying to enforce it in the present day Nigeria. So now when we talk about strategy, it is practically about what do we do from my side, from your side, so that this thing can be actualized instead of just being a dream. Do you understand? So, and then the gentlemen have already made some points regarding that, but there should be more. So my question is, from my side, Abia, the communities in Abia, we do try to form these community unions. For example, Ibere Welfare Union, which kind of basically tries to try to administer the welfare of Ibere people. So my own question is to Mr. Zubike, to Mr. Seke and Chijin. OJ. So do you have such union in your community? This community-wide union?
Yes, of course. We have so
what is it called? Union. What is it called in your community? In your
union.
Are you talking about the larger Ndokwa people, or are you talking about his
the larger Ndokwa people? Yes, the larger
Ndokwa people. All right.
Yeah, Ndokwa Union. Yeah,
Ndokwa Union.
Yeah, Google it on Facebook.
Okay, I will.
Union. Okay.
Yeah, I will. So now, OJ, how about you? Do you have such thing?
Yeah, we have it. We have a bank union. Yeah, we have it.
Okay, how about you? Chinedu is on mute right now, so I don't know if
he's on mute. Hello, are you there, Mr. Chinedu? Hello, Mr. Chinedu. All right.
He's on mute, so he's probably not hearing us.
All right. Let's continue. Let's continue. There's no problem.
The reason why I'm asking this question is, if I go out right now trying to do something, if I want my entire community to get involved in it, I will have to let the leadership of my entire community know that this is what I want to do. And then I want to reach out to this community because eventually they are going to come. They are going to come. So there's a festival that we hold in my community every 3 years. And each time that festival is held, we call it Ezumezu, which means a gathering of the people. Each time that this thing is held, we usually invite our siblings who are in other parts of the Igbo land into that program, so that they witness how we do things and then learn from them. They learn from us. So if such program is communities exist, then that's one of the ways we can reach out, because it's all about reaching out and sensitization using the word of Chinuji.
Mr. Chinuji. Chinuji.
Yes.
Chinuji.
So what do you think about that? Azubike, go.
Okay, let me come in this way, because you see, my specialist in life, I'm a researcher. So before I go into treating any issue, I want to first of all try to look deep into the issue and see the root cause of that issue. Like I said initially, I go down to the root cause of that issue to remove what is bringing that concerns there, so as to solve all the issues by removing it from the grassroots, from the root. I will come in this way. The program we are holding now is a very good program, but it has to be done in a different dimension. What do I mean by different dimension? Not just stopping them, asking them if they are Igbo or not. It's not about asking them this question again. It's about bringing down some fragment of the connection of our languages together, trying to bring in that conversation between two people far away distance, finding out that yes, they speak in one tongue, only the dialect different. They will understand they are one without even you drawing them together, because that is the mechanic the government use in separating you.